the only and most effective punch that you need to dominate in the ring or in the street being the straight right / cross. Hello Earthlings, Ultraviolet Ronald from the Bronx here, and today we're going to get into the only and most effective punch that you need to master to dominate in the ring or in the street, and that punch being a straight right / cross. So many fights were won due to that particular punch in the ring. In the street, if you were to be the one and the different one at that, to throw that, they would not see that coming. It will completely throw them off their game. The fight will be over quickly and you'll be able to go home. Now, before we start it, we want to make sure you understand the bread and butter where everything comes from. The boxing stance. So to perform the boxing stance, you want to have your left right outside your right foot if you're southpaw. And if you're conventional, your right foot right outside your left. You want to stay nice and light on your toes. Make sure your back foot is in a 90-degree angle, front foot in about a 45-degree angle. Your heel is in alignment with your toe. You're staying nice and light on those toes. You keep your knees slightly bent. Make your body a small target. Bringing those elbows in, facing them forward, tucking your chin, and get it comfortable rocking back and forward. Now, to perform that cross, all you're doing is throwing it from your cheek with everything coming from the kinetic chain from your toe to your shoulder into that punch. Okay? And you want to tuck your shoulder right behind it and keeping that guard up in the process. Right back. So it should look like that there. Now you can do it here to keep your distance. And if you want to break a void, if they're at a certain distance, you want to get closer to them without necessarily giving up where you are. You just step in, and by doing that, you're actually going to bring your shoulder forward. So you step in and back out. And back out. Now, remember, especially when you're new to this, just get used to this motion right here. That is the motion you want to get used to right here. Before you start pivoting your hip, because if your hip is already there and your shoulder is fully going into the punch, it makes it that much easier. And then if you have your toe behind it, you're just maximizing that power. Now let's get into the different ways you can throw the cross. Of course, you want to be comfortable moving around, making sure your feet are not crossing. So if you're stepping forward, you're pushing off that back foot and moving with that front foot. If you're stepping back, pushing off that front foot and stepping with that back foot. So if I'm throwing a cross, moving forward, just like that. And stepping to the side. Now, when you're stepping, you have to reset slightly and then go into the cross. If you want to make it unpredictable, you can bounce around. All right, don't set your feet, just bounce around and then go into the cross from here. But this is more advanced. In a street fight, you don't need to be crazy or look like the most experienced person here. All you gotta do is end the threat as quickly as possible. So, you wanna keep a nice, tight, high guard, because most people in the street are throwing to the head. So by keeping your guard up, you can simply block by grabbing your head, because in a street fight, the punches are gonna come through. It's not like if you have a glove on. They're gonna come through. So you wanna chicken wing your arm and have it forward. Now the cool thing about that is that I chicken wing my arm, that elbow can come into their eye or their forehead and cut it right open or completely blind them, which is beautiful. So you block, and from that blocking, you come back with the offense being the cross. And then if you hit them right on the nose, you can possibly break their nose, bust their lip, take their teeth out, and end the fight right there. Now, if you don't know what could possibly happen from them getting hit by that, getting knocked out, ending up on the floor, hitting the back of their head, and not waking up from it, and then you got a jail sentence. You do not want that. Go to the body, all right? So coming in, and you can go into the body, right back to guard. Or you can throw a decoy jab out there and being silly and slick like you know what you're doing, bam, and then come with that cross to the body. Now, as you come in, you always want to step back out and find your range of distance. Because if you're constantly in the void and you're not good in the pocket, and they come out swinging wildly, and you get hit and clipped, then guess what? Something could possibly happen to you that you're not gonna like, and you possibly can't go home. And we do not want that. So again, if your person's coming and throwing wild, you can roll with the haymaker, bringing that arm up left or right. Now, as you roll, you throw that cross right behind it. Or you can hide the cross behind the jab. You can probe, keep it out there, but again, keeping your distance bam, and then throwing that cross right behind it. Or you can do a flicker jab to kind of throw them off, and they have to kind of hit that punch out the way, and it's annoying them. And as you're throwing that flicker and throw a little power in there, you also throw that cross right behind it. Or jab to the head, cross to the body, jab to the body, cross to the head. There's a lot of different ways you can mix it up. Now, if you're on the counter, you can step to the right, move, cross to the head. Okay, so here in the move, I'm completely out their sight, and I'm making it easier for me to actually hit them on the temple to end the fight quicker. Or I can dip, cross to the body, roll, cross to the head, or roll, cross to the body. There's multiple different variations of ways you can throw it. Practice the footwork, because that's being the key. You don't want to trip up on your feet in that type of situation, because that's going to be the difference between you getting dominated or you being able to go home. So practice the footwork, get comfortable in your boxing stance. The jab cross is your bread and butter besides the boxing stance. It is the best combination in boxing history and arguably the best punching combination ever, and very usable in a street fight, because most people do not throw jab crosses. Most people are throwing wild uppercuts or wild hooks. So by you throwing those straight punches, you automatically have the upper hand. But as Bruce Lee says, fear the man that practiced one punch or kick 10,000 times as an opposed to practicing multiple different kicks or punches only one time. So if you want to sharpen your tool, which being that cross, you want to practice it as much as possible. Film yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror to make sure that form and that technique is correct. Throw your hips behind it. Pivot your back foot going forward if you want to maximize the distance, or keeping it right from where it is. But you want to practice and hone in on that particular punch to get it really good, so you don't even have to throw it that hard and it does the most amount of damage. Now, thank you for joining me on this journey to the ultraviolet. And if you liked the video, please comment and subscribe. And if you want to catch more videos like this one, check out this video right here. And always work towards becoming your greatest version.